is a pattern to the cataclysms on Earth. If we go back every 3,600-year period, we see that some major world catastrophe happened.
We have to be open to the possibility that it's a recurring cycle of destruction, because that's precisely what the ancient myths say, that there is some dark danger that visits the Earth periodically over long periods of history. It may go away for thousands and thousands of years. It may be completely forgotten. It may be something that people never ever think about, but then, like a grim avenger, it comes back, it returns to strike us down again. And there seems to be some kind of cycle operating.
Regarding the question of whether there could be a 3,600-year orbit of a planet X or planet Nibiru or Wormwood or whatever you call it, is not that far-fetched.
Until the end of the Maya, we were keeping track of where this one planet was in the universe for two reasons. It was the return of the gods who created us.
When the ancient Greeks went back to Egypt, they asked the Egyptian priest cults what was civilization like a long time ago. And they said that in the previous 10,000 years, they had major devastating events. These were the type that crushed their civilization. Not wars, not pestilence, but dramatic physical events that literally crushed their civilization back into the cave ages. And we see the devastation in cities in South America, ancient cities that are now being discovered, which were obviously destroyed by massive earthquake-type situations. Earth definitely, without question, has had major Earth changes that have destroyed entire civilizations, and the indication is that it was not that long ago.
You can pinpoint almost every 3,600-year period when this planet Nibiru came back into our solar system.
The chief scientist of the IRAS satellite actually announced having found this planet December 30th, 1983. It was picked up by 6 dailies. It made the Washington Post. It's one of those daily newspapers that picked it up. Very quickly thereafter, they wanted to make sure people understood that it was a mistake.
The mentality amongst those who at the higher level, the highest levels of Vatican administration and Vatican geopolitics, know that now knowledge of what's going on in space and what's approaching us could be of great import in the next 5 years, 10 years.
Carefully and well-chosen words, Father. Thank you. West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Father Malachi Martin.
Our Earth gives evidence that we have had periodic pole shifts. There's mountain building in and of itself is evidence. These mountains are like pushed together. If you're in an airplane and you look down at foothills, for instance, it almost looks like a rumpled blanket, like somebody took a blanket and pushed it and rumpled it. Mountains are forced upwards with great masses of rocks snapping. This is signs of great pressure, not the gentle squeezing and pushing that happens with earthquakes at all. Indeed, our Earth has had these periodic pole shifts. You can see that in the evidence of the Earth. Go back every time period and you can see other changes. Volcanoes explode. And when they do, there's a lot of molten lava pouring out. Well, lava, being molten, will line up with a current magnetic field. And when lava hardens, that freeze, indicating the direction of magnetism at that moment in time. Well, this is one way that they've determined the wandering pole theory, where they've identified places on Earth where they say at one time this appears to have been the North Pole, or that appeared to have been the South Pole, is through this frozen lava alignment. For instance, off of Japan, there's cities and roads that they find under the water. In Bermuda, we see roads and walls and the like. Likewise, land can rise Atlantis is rumored to be a continent that went under the waves during one of these cataclysmic passages.
There's another planet in our solar system, that gods, super beings, live on this planet, that these beings come to Earth.
Sumerians described the Anunnaki originally came here seeking gold and fine precious elements to repair their dwindling atmosphere, and that's why they created us, in their image and after their likeness.
We are here because of an act of divine creation, but they were people just like us, only older, only more technically advanced. We need to rediscover that in ourselves, that we are a great civilization. We came from a great civilization. And I would tell anybody to look, open your eyes and look for it. Don't be blinded to something that's led to nothing but the slaughter of ourselves for thousands of years. And we still are at that point. There's still a war in society. When this documentary or others like it are put out there and enough people will see it, at least that will start a beacon somewhere that will start shining a little bit brighter. And so at some point we're going to see that we have a different history than what we've been given. The proof's there.
Our true history may be indeed very different than what we've been taught through the ages. Whether this data has been withheld or our identities have just been forgotten, it is our responsibility now to rediscover who we are and where we're going.